So with every model that I complete, I show my wife, and I say, hey, look at this. And she's like, oh, that's great. So when are you going to get around to finishing the Knight Rider? And I used to have an excuse. I would say, well, you know, I have to wait till I get an airbrush to do what I wanted to do. I no longer have an excuse. So, last time you saw that I had finished most of it, except for the actual car body. This is what I need to do now. So, this didn't really work out the way I wanted it to. I was using a spray can of Tester's enamel. What I want to do is just airbrush Tester's enamel black, gloss black. That's my stuff. This is the replacement. Neat, huh? So, and also, I replaced this part here too. So what I need to do is just cut this off and start over from square one. Parts are somewhat undergated, so it makes cutting them off easier, I think. There. There. Just cut this thingy off. Then I can begin assembly. That's nice and clean. That cut nicely too. Yay. Okay, my dears. So, I primed the model with, actually no, not this can. Sorry. I used the fine surface primer. So, after that I went over it with 2000 grit sandpaper. So it is super smooth. Now, I went back and watched my mistake from 2 years ago. I thought I could just wash the parts and just spray right on it. I've heard from a lot of people they don't bother priming it. They say that as long as they just rinse off the parts in warm soapy water, priming is not necessary. So that's what I wanted to do when I first started this kit 2 years ago. And it didn't work. Maybe with acrylics, maybe, but with spray painting enamel, gloss enamel, it kind of bunched up. And if you look at the first video, it looked pretty nice. It looked pretty darn nice, except that it was just oversprayed in a few areas. And that was coming out of just a Tester's gloss black enamel rattle can, spray can. So I have attempted to spray gloss black with thinning it with lacquer thinner. You can do that. Now, what I have been doing lately, like this is actually the base. Oh, your base. This is the base to the Galaga Starfighter. And it's kind of shiny, but it's not what you'd expect it to be. I guess if I were to go over this with with Future or something, clear coat, it'll get super shiny. But what I want to do with this is to make it super glossy, super shiny. Now, to show you some other stuff that's been going on, now I have been working on this, the Mitsubishi Galant, and I've got it. It's ready to go. What I did was I did some major dusting up here, especially on top of my spray booth, and I got this. This is pretty cool. Check this out. It's a CD DVD box, but what you do is, check this out. Spray paint the car, and you got a lid, instant lid. So that's what I plan to do with the Knight Rider car. I just have a yogurt cup in there, a little drinkable yogurt cup. That's what this is sitting on. So it's not a high profile at all. It's not tall, so it fits in this little box rather well. So that's what I intend to do. So, thinning Tester's gloss enamel with Lacquer thinner, I don't think it's the way to go. It works. I'm sure that Lacquer thinner works really great with flat enamel paints. I'm sure it's just perfectly great. But for that super shiny, glossy black look that you saw in the first video for this kit, I do not think I can attain it with using Lacquer thinner. Enamel paint thinner seems to be the way to go. I imagine Tamiya enamel paint thinner is the same as Tester's enamel paint thinner. I have this actually. It's Model Master. Well, originally it was airbrush thinner, but it says it's used to thin Tester's and Model Master enamels. I think this is just regular enamel thinner that I'd gotten at the hardware store in America, and I inadvertently took this with me when I moved to Japan 2 years ago. I didn't even know I had that when I moved. As far as I know, it's the same stuff. In the past, I had used just hardware store brand enamel thinner on Tester's enamels, and it worked just fine. So I'm just putting this out for to get some advice. What is your experience with gloss enamels and Lacquer thinner? This is about as good as I can get it. It's not that shiny. It's not that great. Incidentally, the chrome parts for the K.I.T.T Galant that I'm working on, they are pretty shiny. However, they're not totally super duper shiny as I was expecting them to be. And I just read today on a forum somewhere that Alclad Chrome is best. Well, of course, if you spray it with Alclad Gloss Black. Before they had their own Gloss Black, though, apparently Alclad recommended everybody to use gloss and enamel black to chrome the parts. So maybe that's why this isn't quite as shiny as I was hoping they would be. But as they are, they're pretty cool. I mean, I'm satisfied. It's the first time I've ever used them. They look pretty nice. I'm now convinced that if I were to have used gloss black enamel, then they would have looked even better, and probably thinning it with enamel paint. Anyhow, I'm rambling too much. Let me know your thoughts. Should I go ahead and use just enamel paint thinner for enamel paint? And if so, Tamiya enamel, it should be the same thing, right? I mean, I really don't know if, like, for example, I don't even know if I have a gloss black. There's a semi-gloss black. Maybe I don't have, yeah, I have flat black. I don't have gloss black in Tamiya. Maybe I should switch to using Tamiya's gloss enamel black paint instead of using this tester stuff. What do you think? I do have a lot of this stuff though. I have like 4 bottles. This one's almost out. I have 4 bottles worth of this. So I like to use the tester's gloss black if I can. I'm open to your suggestions. Guys, let me know what you would think is best to go forward with. Okay?